Cancer, it is time for your new moon in Pisces reading. Welcome back. If you are returning, welcome if you're new. My name is Vanessa. And I'm kind of in like a comfy, casual mode today. But I feel like your energy is refreshed, that you have a lot of really exciting new things happening that you've been working on for a while. I see that you've been creating and you're opening up and allowing things to come to you. And there's a ton of major arcana already on my table. So we have the High Priestess, Chariot, the Hanged Man, Death, Judgment, and Strength. That's 6 major arcana. And I have 9 cards on the table. So that's a lot. It's a lot of really exciting transformation. I mean, in your advice, it's allow this next level to happen. And you are. There's not a sense of fear here. There's a sense of incredible strength. I mean, literally. We have the Strength card here. And it is in the overarching theme position with the 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles, 8 of materials in this deck. So there's a sense of mastering. It's beyond mastering. It's like a sense of like majesty, magistry, it's not just mastery, because Leo is the king, the heart-centered ruler, ideally. And I see you stepping into, quite honestly, it's kind of interesting. It's like a lot of Leo energy present on the table, but with Cancer. So you could be on a cusp of Cancer and Leo. You could have quite a bit of both prominent in your chart. But with the Priestess here, a lot of Piscean energy, could also say a Cancer energy, and the Chariot. It's a lot of movement forward, and with the Hanged Man being a Piscean card typically, and Death, Scorpio, there's a lot of water energy present, but again, it's like being at home at your beautiful, like laying out at your pool with the sun shining kind of feelings. Like there's a sense of peace, but also excitement, like big, like F yeah. You've really accomplished a lot and you're stepping into this whole new level of self, which makes a lot of sense for the collective that I've been channeling for over the past month as I've come back to life on this channel. And I'm noticing major themes that I'm personally experiencing myself. Like we're all in this together kind of deal. We're in good company here, where there's quite a lot that you already have experienced and moved through, some pain, slight memories of potential like fear of being shut down again or closed off by others, or not being able to see clearly what's ahead of you. And the gift of that is you've also gained a lot of faith. The angel cards that I pulled out for you are literally faith, efficiency, and inspiration. So I want to clarify this tarot pull that I already have going on for you guys. But I just see like so much acceptance, so much appreciation. I work a lot with angelic guidance. And I'm just seeing you really hone in and allow spiritual or your own spirit team, your own guides, the universe, source, I'm seeing that you've kind of mastered this sense of not only your work, your career, but this feels more life purpose. And it feels like you've really gotten comfortable with surrendering to source and taking aligned action steps when you need to, but not forcing anything. There is a period still ahead of you of sitting back and observing, but it doesn't feel stuck. It feels like there's really amazing movement forward. And maybe the only way that you could become stuck or feeling trapped is if you were to revert back to like old things or not fully allow this transformation to happen. But like, you're allowing. The art of allowing, I'm hearing. So let's clarify. We've got the High Priestess here in the recent past. Definitely listening to your intuition, keeping your mouth a little shut here with others, because the ending card here, the like outcome of this reading or this new moon in Pisces energy that we're moving into here in the next few days, currently in it actually, there's a lot of knowing how to defend yourself, knowing who to maybe share things with. And it seems like it's mostly source and your spirit guides that you're really working with at this time. You could have gone through a hermit mode in the past or recent past, or a period of feeling stuck, being in solitude. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles clarifying the High Priestess. Again, a lot of balance in your home life, work life. A lot of that work, play, home balance. You could work from home, or the area that you go to in order to work feels like another home for you, which is very important for Cancer energy. I feel a sneeze coming on and it's not happening. Queen of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Chariot. Why? Can we get one more card here, please, Spirit, for that? Thank you. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands in reverse. You're truly in the present moment, and you're not allowing anyone or anything to block that. You literally feel like this force to be reckoned with, but like incredibly divinely protected and very, very pure of heart. You really have a lot of wisdom, a lot of maturity, a lot of love to give, but you don't need validation from others. You're not like, you never would pour into someone to like gain something. It's literally like your cup overflows. You have secured yourself. You've rooted yourself. You've grounded yourself. You've centered yourself into spirit. And it's like this Taurus energy moving through you. All of this, you're like a fountain. Or like you as a vessel or as like a cup in that sense, you are just overflowing in spiritual abundance, and it's transmuting, it's manifesting is a better way of saying it, into actual material abundance. There also could be an abundance of creative ideas that you're working with at this time. But there is a lot of abundant energy, a lot of very grounded and aligned energy. It's really beautiful, Cancer. It's really amazing. Tell me about this Hanged Man, please, in the future. Just kind of wanting to like slow down a little bit. You might be up against a small deadline at the moment with something. And then you're going to be able to take a break as this deadline comes, or as you complete a certain project, or as you literally complete this transformation process that you're going through. And it's like others around you just don't even know how you're doing it so well. And I think that part of this feeling that I'm getting of you being in solitude is protection. You're aware of this. Your energy is very, very valuable and radiant. And so you're being very considerate, wants to come out. So considerate. You're taking into consideration how you show up with that light, knowing that you are so bright, you're so abundant in it, and also knowing that you're being quite careful. It's not that you're holding back so others don't receive, it's that you're aware that when you really show up in this spiritual strength, there's an invitation not only for admiration, but for like jealousy. And I'm seeing you moving forward in this chariot mode with a protective layer of, it's almost like a bubble, or many times in visualization meditations, especially when you're working with your light and your energy, there are many visualization meditations that guide us to create an orb or a bubble, or those are the best ways I can describe it. Like a bubble is around you as you're moving forward, and your light is able to shine out, but there's a little bit of understanding how to cloak it when you're around energies that want to maybe take it from you, or that are a little bit more parasitic in nature, a little bit more like vampire, that aren't going to like be able to give back. You're taking into consideration the people that are like who you can give to freely, but who, if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile kind of deal. You're very aware of this. This is beautiful energy for me to be picking up on. I appreciate this reading. It's like I'm learning things in it, or I'm like being like, wow, so inspiring. Oh, inspiration is here. Wow. Whoa. I was like, I feel like I saw that word earlier. So you are an inspiration. You're definitely an inspiration for me at the moment. As I'm on a similar journey, I just feel like, wow, you've really come into mastery and majesty. Again, that kind of Leo, the strength card here, being the king. So like a majesty. And that word is, I'm having a hard time with it at the moment, but I think you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Advice is the death card. To allow the ending to continue and the rebirth to continue as you're moving forward. You're rising. Ooh, the star in reverse. There's definitely a transformation of parts of yourself that were unhealed. You are healing. Parts of your heart that felt hurt in the past, you're transmuting. You're opening back up. You're accessing all parts of you. You're calling back your power. You could have been in the more recent past, you could have become aware that your energy was being kind of taken from you, or it was fragmented in ways. And so you have been honing in on spiritual practices to reclaim your power, call back in all of your light for yourself, to transmute it and bless it. and also like a return to sender, perhaps. There are these themes that keep weaving in and out of all of these different readings I'm doing, where we're all on these different levels of the same journey. We're all walking the same path and going in the same direction. It's just that it's so interesting in this Pisces new moon readings that I've been doing so far. Everyone is at just a slightly different phase of the same journey that I'm speaking to. The people who are tuned in, the collective that I'm speaking to. And you, by far, are the most ahead. And again, I don't mean that to anyone think they're like ahead or behind. There's not an ego perspective here. It's quite inspiring. So you have, in the past, gone through some stuff. Especially mentally, like psychic attacks, spiritual, like your energy being drained and not knowing why. You've figured it out. You've learned how to be a bit more silent about your motion forward. You've heavily had to take into consideration, because you are also so considerate. And I know that word came out first, and I have to like make sure that I really say that you're very considerate as a human being and as a spiritual being. But with that, you may have been a little bit too considerate. You've taken other people into consideration in a way that you were overgiving or oversharing. And so now the consideration is in your mind. You're aware that you have to be a bit more fine-tuned and sensitive around what you say and to who, what you share and with whom. So there's a transformation of your healing abilities as well. And many of you could be natural healers. But wow, the light that you carry, Cancer, and the spiritual strength and the spiritual knowledge. You've gone through like a whole spirit school. Maybe literally you've gone through a type of schooling, like in waking life. And or you've been finding that your dreams are enhanced and that you can remember them more. Maybe you are writing them down. And often in dreams, we're in school, we're learning things on a spiritual level. I want one more card, please, for that. The Star in reverse with the Death card. And this transforming your healing abilities and transforming the way that you show up and how you can show up vulnerably but without protection. And now you're showing up vulnerably but with protection. One more card to clarify, please, Spirit, or just to add more to that, please, Spirit. Thank you. Try one more time. It might be a no. Okay, thank you. Definitely with the Knight of Swords coming out. You're getting a lot of information at this time, many downloads, and also you're recognizing that there are people who want to know your secrets, and your communication has gotten much more concise and much more short and quick and short. Not short-tempered, but like you're not divulging a lot. You're giving maybe just yes or no answers, not like divulging too much to anybody. And that's a part of what is helping you in this process and what you've needed to heal in the past. And also then this is a message of confirmation for you that you are getting very, very fast insights and quick information. You could have Aquarius quite prominent in your chart. Maybe you have an Aquarius moon or Aquarius rising or Mercury. Now, if you're Cancer sun sign, you wouldn't have Mercury in Aquarius. But There's some kind of like lightning fast mentality that you maybe have always naturally possessed, or it's a part of your new spiritual gifts. You could be coming into claircognizance. Okay, awakening in the environment around Cancer, this Judgment card. Can you tell me more about the Judgment, the awakening around Cancer? Thank you. 8 of Wands. Again, I feel this is your spirit team, angels coming in to communicate with you. You keep your circle very small and close. And you have definitely been working a bit more in solitude. Or there's advice to be in solitude a bit more, to separate yourself from any type of forced movement forward that you feel that your mind might be telling you to do, to listen to your guides. There's still more to absorb and to process and to transmute that's going to ask for you to slow down in the near future so that you can fully recalibrate. That's not a word. But you might even be actually guided to take some time for solitude for yourself from even the closest in your circle, so that you can fully recalibrate and continue to center in. That's not the word I'm looking for, but to really lock in place these very advanced messages and lessons that are coming to you. I also can't help but notice that even with the way that I'm speaking right now, it's more silent. I feel as though my voice is strong. I know you can hear me, and I know I'm not whispering, but there's this feeling of even the volume being turned down. You're very protected at this time as you're moving forward. Very, very protected. And it feels very lovely, very heartwarming, very safe. Like there is a home in spirit as well. So the work that you could be doing is not only spiritual work on yourself, but you could perhaps work a very spiritual, you might have a very spiritual calling in the work that you do. We have the 8 of Swords here in the hopes and fears. Can you tell me more about that? Yeah. There are also people around you that are going through a transformation. There's a soul connection here. It could be a past life connection, where the balance currently is a bit off with this individual. And so there is a bit of putting the blinders on with anyone that you feel you do have this long time connection with, or you've known for many lifetimes. They mean a lot to you. You love them very much. But there's something about the energy that's off. It's imbalanced. And you right now are all about balance. There's a lot of strength and balance on this table, and moving away from anyone in your circle or in your environment or life who is imbalanced at this time. And spirit is protecting you, even if you maybe make plans to spend time with some of these people, because you would know who they are already if this is your story. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind for someone else, right? But even if you do make plans, they'll fall through because Spirit will intercede. If this person is maybe trying to receive a bit more from you than they're able to give or willing to give. Very protected right now. Very protected right now. It's really inspiring. And it's giving you, I mean, your faith is very strong through this, but it's also giving you, like, your work. There's a lot of efficiency in your movement forward. And you know that. I think you know that. I feel like you are in this, like, why am I wanting to say like a time capsule? Time might even feel like it has sped up or it's slowed down more than like what's actually happening. You're going into, whoa, this is getting weird and quantum and pretty cool, but like parallel realities, or that meditative, when you meditate and you don't know how much time has really passed, could feel like only like 10 minutes you've been sitting there in silence, and when you finally come out of meditation, like 40 minutes have gone by. There's some weird, you're in, whoa, it's kind of otherworldly. It's very like galactic. Okay, Cancer. But it feels very centered, very enabling and practical in like this like highest of the high spiritual sense. Whoa. Okay. Also, so we have the Three of Swords here in reverse with that Seven of Wands, that outcome of protecting yourself, guiding yourself. So you've been heartbroken in the past by people, you've been hurt by people, you've closed your heart off in the past for a certain period of time because of XYZ, whatever. You know what it is. I don't need to. And that these experiences that you went through in the past, you have really you've extracted every lesson from them. There's like, the whole like spiritual bypassing kind of topic. You have made sure to have like zero spiritual bypassing in your mentality, your energy, the way that you're looking at things. You take radical accountability. You own up to things. This is one of the most high integrity groups that I've ever read for or spoken to. Like the light in you, because I see it and feel it in my body. And it is better than like any feeling in the world. Like this natural high, this high on life, because you're so tapped in. What's that Esther Hicks phrase? Tapped in, turned on, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You could like listening to Esther Hicks. But you are a channel. I feel like I'm going to be kind of buzzing from this reading for a bit after, and I'm going to need to ground my energy down because it is such a pure high vibration, and it's just incredible. I mean, I'm not going to cry, but like I feel that kind of like those tears of joy, that overwhelming sense of beauty, of accomplishment, but like in the most humble way. This is such a beautiful reading. I'm going to do one card to clarify the overall, like the strength with the Eight of Pentacles here. And we're just going to wrap it up on that because like there's nothing else for me to say. It's really incredible. Keep on doing what you're doing with the World card. There's a huge transformation happening for you with all these major arcana. There's a huge ending of an old life. It's gone. You have completely gone into a new timeline. You know, you've jumped timelines or whatever that is. I have goosebumps on my legs right now when I say that. It's really, really incredible. And you're moving away from any type of feeling of not having enough in the past, or feeling stuck, or feeling blinded, or feeling, you know, you've gone through a dark night of the soul, or multiples throughout this lifetime and others. And you've extracted every single gift, every single blessing, every single lesson that you possibly could have. And you are utilizing it. You have an incredible spiritual tool belt. You have a lot of gifts. You have a lot of work to do here. As a guide, as divine counsel, as a healer, as a light worker, as a way shower. Whoa, I never say that word, but that's for someone. It's really incredible. Thank you so much for sharing this energy with me and being an inspiration to us all. This is incredibly inspiring. I hope that like everyone just listens to this, because whether you have prominent Cancer in your chart or not, this is one of the like most buzzing, beautiful readings that I've like ever done. And it's so grounded. It's so centered. So, wow. You know, keep yourself balanced, but keep on going. You're doing it. You're like a teacher. You're a guide. You're here to help us all. Okay, I'm going to stop. That's it. Thank you. That was so beautiful. If you're new here and this resonated with you, obviously feel free to subscribe. I am giving personal readings now, so all of that will be in the description box and also the pinned comments below. And otherwise, I will see you in another reading. Bye, Cancer.